Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we'll be talking about truck prices, and more specifically Ram truck prices and how much they have actually inflated over the last few years. Before getting the video though, as always, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below, and let's get right into it. So if you guys haven't been following the channel for a super long time, then you probably don't know that I actually used to own a Ram 1500 Rebel, actually two of them. I first owned a 2018 Rebel, and then after that I owned a 2019 Rebel. Now we're going to focus on the 2019 Rebel because the 2018 was with the old body style, and I want to show you guys the price increase on the new body style since it was released. So my 2019 Rebel was purchased in 2019. You actually could purchase 2019 Ram 1500s in 2018, believe it or not. They released the trucks pretty early, but I purchased mine in 2019, and I'll tell you guys a little bit later why I purchased it at the time that I purchased it. Now the Rebel that I bought was kind of an interesting spec because it was like luxury but not luxury at the same time. So it didn't have air suspension, it had a panoramic sunroof, it was billet silver, two-tone, and I basically built the same truck on Ram's configurator, so you guys will be able to see kind of what I had optioned out at the time. Base interior, so like the vinyl seats with cloth, 8.4-inch touchscreen, and I'm pretty sure it had like the bed utility group, but then I think I had to add bed liner after the fact, so I threw on bed liner with Ram's configurator. MSRP on my truck was about $59,000 with all of the options that it had on it. And I'll tell you guys the price that I paid for it a little bit later after I show you guys just the MSRP increase on the same exact truck in today's market. So we're actually on Ram's website here, and funny enough, when I got my truck, the 5.7 Hemi e-torque that I got with my truck was actually a premium over the regular 5.7 Hemi, whereas now they actually cost the same amount of money. But you guys can see that comes standard with the 8-speed automatic transmission, 392 axle ratio standard. And then I had this on my truck, the electronic shift on-demand transfer case. Did not have air suspension, so I don't have that selected. I had the 33-gallon fuel tank. Didn't have paint protection or anything like that with the truck. And then I did have adaptive cruise control. I remember using that a few times, but at the time that I got my truck, it didn't have the surround camera system and everything. And so I'm like I said, I might be messing up the options a little bit, but I'm pretty sure basically had, I think, adaptive cruise control, but then it didn't have like surround camera and all that. It just had like the regular backup camera. And then bed utility group with it. Don't think it had the bed step at that point though. And then had the tailgate drop down and everything. And the reason I mention that is there's options as part of these packages that didn't used to be part of these packages, so they're more expensive than they used to be. But yeah, comfort and convenience. So I had like tailgate drop down and everything. I'm pretty sure. Again, it was a weird spec. I'd have to go check the videos to get the exact spec, but I'm like I said, I'm pretty sure I got most of it correct. Did not have this as an option during 2019, which is kind of sad. And then level 2 equipment group, pretty sure this is what I had because it was like the upgraded 8.4-inch with all of the stuff with the wireless phone charging pad and all of that. And then the trailer tow group was different when I had it. So I had like the regular mirrors, not the trailer tow mirrors. And then on top of that, we didn't have like the trailer backup system for 2019. So again, it was a little bit less money than it is now for that package. And then I was two-tone billet silver with the truck. Didn't have any of the exterior graphics or anything like that. Didn't have trailer mirrors. Just had the standard wheels. Didn't have the blacked out wheels. No side steps. And then I put spray and bed liner here because that's what I had. Two-tone paint, as you guys can see. And then I just had the base interior. Didn't have the leather interior as part of the Rebel 12 package. And then, like I said, 8.4-inch screen. Didn't have the 12-inch display. I did have the upgraded sound system, though, with the truck and panoramic sunroof as well. And then some of the stuff is part of the other packages. Again, didn't have the trailer surround view camera. But you guys can see the price here, $68,230. So again, my truck stickered for $59,000. And if I wanted to purchase the same truck today, I would have to pay almost $10,000 more from an MSRP perspective for the same exact truck. That is ridiculous. And obviously, like I said, there are some changes from 2019 to 2022, but not enough to really make sense of like going from a 19 to a 22, if you get what I'm saying. The pricing that I just showed you guys is MSRP, right? The manufacturer's suggested retail price. That's not always what vehicles sell for. Historically, Ram trucks have typically sold for under MSRP. Usually the manufacturer would have some rebates, and then typically you'd have some dealership discount on top of that. Now, obviously, COVID changed that quite a bit. I remember there was a time, a little bit after the lockdowns, where people were basically having to pay over MSRP for Ram trucks, especially packages like the Rebel. That has pretty much died down. What I see across the board is typically MSRP for most of these trucks with a little bit. I've seen some rebate from the manufacturer, and I've also seen some dealer discount as well. But typical discount on the trucks I've seen is anywhere from, on the low side, like, you know, $1,000, $2,000 to all the way up to like $6,000, again, depending on the region, depending on the truck and all of that. But I feel like it's fair to say that if I were to go in and order that particular Rebel that I just configured at a $68,000 MSRP, I'd probably be able to buy it for about $64,000 to $66,000, depending on the dealership that I ordered the truck. Maybe if I go to certain special dealerships, I might be able to get a little bit more discount, but again, that would probably be about the average right now in today's market. Now that is so much more than what I paid for my 2019 Rebel. So again, my 2019 Rebel stickered for $59,000. And I bought it during a very special month in 2019. Ram had a crazy sale in 2019 with the new body style truck where they offered 15% off of MSRP plus whatever the dealership was willing to discount the truck. And certain special models at dealerships were also discounted another 5%, so 20% total on top of dealership discount, which was absolutely insane. Now, I got the 15% discount on my Rebel because I wanted a Rebel. I didn't want a Bighorn. Most of the trucks that were discounted, that 20%, were typically Bighorns. I heard that there were a few dealerships that got lucky enough to have Rebels selected or limited selected under that program, but that was very, very rare. But still, at 15% under MSRP with dealer discount, that put my Rebels purchase price at like $44,000, something like that, $43,000, $44,000. So about $15,000 under MSRP. So then that means that if I were to go and purchase the same exact Rebel with today's pricing and with today's market values, I would have to pay $20,000 more for the same truck. Now, obviously, that was like a one-off event where Ram did that pricing for 1 month and then they never did it again, right? And they probably will never do something like that ever again. That was just to kind of flood the market with new Ram trucks so they could get a little bit more market share over Chevy and over Ford. I'm sure that that actually cost them money to do that whole sales event. And in a typical like pre-COVID market, the Ram 1500 Rebel, like a $59,000 MSRP, was selling for closer to about, depending on rebates that month and everything, anywhere from like $50,000 on the low side to like $54,000, $55,000. So similar discount to what you're seeing in today's market with the Rebel. So funny enough, things haven't changed all that much other than the MSRP changing quite a bit. And so if we look at it from that perspective, then the Rebel really has only increased in price by about $10,000. I shouldn't say only, because $10,000 is quite a bit of money. The thing that I think is going to be absolutely insane is when the owners of these 2019 Ram 1500s go in to trade in their trucks, especially people that purchased during that crazy month of just insane discounts. I mean, I did a mental experiment with myself. I'm like, okay, so if I still had that Rebel that I paid about $44,000 for, and I went into a Ram dealership and basically got told that the same exact truck was now $64,000, would I trade in? And even if I had a lot of miles, the answer would be no, because it's like I'm paying a $20,000 price premium to get the same exact truck that I already own. Yeah, there's some changes between 2019 and 2022, but it's just crazy. And this isn't just a Ram specific thing. This is literally across the automotive industry because of how high inflation has been over these last few years and just all the supply chain issues. And there's just a mountain of issues that have caused these massive price increases. But I just thought that I would talk about this because I thought it was a pretty interesting topic, because yeah, it's just like when you actually like put the numbers out there, it's like, wow, that is a huge difference. So I'd like to hear from you guys in terms of what you paid for your Ram truck when you purchased it, because I know a lot of you that are following the channel actually purchased your trucks similar to me in 2019 or in 2020. It doesn't seem like there's as many people that are purchasing the 21s or 22s. There's a lot of obviously TRX owners that follow the channel, but I've noticed that most people seem to own 2019s or 2020s and not 21s or 22s as much. And I think that, me just laying out the pricing difference is a big reason, because, again, that's in my personal example, but still, even if it's just like within regular rebate ranges, $10,000 to $15,000 is a ton of money for someone to spend to get a similar product that they could have bought just a couple of years ago. And so, yeah, just crazy. Anyways, that's going to sum things up. I will see all of you guys in that next video.